A lot of times as parents and therapists, we question when is a good time to start introducing AAC or alternative augmentative communication. Well, it's never too early to integrate AAC into a child's life. AAC supports a child by providing them a language model and a way to communicate while their language skills are developing. A lot of times we get questions about, will this prevent my child from using verbal communication? No. A lot of research tells us that it actually supports a child in their language development because when using AAC, they are getting a language model. You guys are also modeling language to them, and they also decreases their frustration because now they have a way to communicate. In introducing it early on kind of sets those skills early on. So today we have a couple examples of ways you might introduce AAC to your child. The first is we have the Quick Talker. On here we have different words, and this can be really customizable to your child. You can use real pictures from your environment. You can use cartoon pictures, but this would be great to incorporate into, for example, your mealtime routine. And you can model requesting for different items at the dinner table. Maybe it's saying please and thank you, or maybe you're building with blocks, and so they want you to stack the blocks because that's their favorite thing. So you could have a button on here to stack blocks, or maybe they're wanting you to knock the tower over. You could have a button to tell you to knock it over. This is a great way. One, you could be modeling language by pressing it on there and actively engaging them to play with this so that they have a way to communicate to tell you to knock the tower over when you're playing with blocks. Another option is the Prox Talker. This one is a little bit bigger, but it has an option for kids to start putting two words together. So as a child gets older, they start with one word and then they go to two words and then phrases. So here the child can grab a card and they would put it on the blue square and then they'd press it and it's going to give them voice output. You can narrow down the field of how many picture card options, but it's a great way for them to, again, maybe you guys are engaging in story time. So you put some picture cards that are related to the story. Maybe they want you to make their favorite animal sound again, or maybe they want you to turn the page because they don't like the page that you're on. But there's lots of ways that you can take the Prox Talker, encourage communication while still providing that language model that supports verbal language development. The last option is great for those kiddos that maybe have some visual impairments to not help, that they don't recognize picture cards, or maybe pictures on the Quick Talker or the Prox Talker are too small for them. So tangible object cards have actual objects on them that they can tactily feel to communicate an object that they are looking for. So for example, this box represents snacks. So maybe when they're hungry, they can come find this tangible object, hand you this card to tell you, hey, I'd like a snack. On here, there's little lightning bolts with different faces, and each of these faces are textured. This indicates that they're in pain. Maybe they have no way to tell you they're in pain, but they're throwing a tantrum. They could now hand you this card to tell you they're in pain. So these are just 3 different options for alternative augmentative communication. It's never too soon to introduce it, so don't be scared to start incorporating this into your child's routine.
Ready to boost communication with your child? Explore AAC devices and discover which one best supports their needs. Visit us at www.atk.ku.edu or call your local assistive technology access site at 800-526-3648 to borrow one a day. Let's empower their voice.